Meteorology, a Frontier. These are the voyages of awesome videos about meteorology. Starting with the surface winds of the eastern world. There you go. What about the jet streams of this portion of the planet? There are those. And we basically do these videos from a global, then a national perspective. If you want us to zoom in more on your location, let us know. We've got a divergence of the jet stream here over eastern Australia. Also an extreme divergence in the North Pacific. Jet stream splitting into two here and then making a sharp bend, then reconverging on the U.S. That's going to affect things in the United States. Let's take a look at the western side of the world. There you go. And we've got doubled up jet streams over the U.S. and the Atlantic Ocean. Powerful anticyclone here around the northeastern portion of Greenland. An upper level anticyclone there rotating clockwise. Clear skies likely over that area. And there are the surface winds. Next, we're looking at snow depth here on windy.com. It's pretty snowy. Have you noticed that it's pretty snowy, folks? Yeah. A lot of people talking about how it's so hot that it's cold. Oh my God, it's so hot that it's cold, folks. So we're going to advance this here. This is the European forecast for snow. And pressure. So you can see pressure isolines there. Those are pressure isolines, as well as snowfall expressed in color. And we're going to let this go about 3 days. So we're going to stop this midday on Thursday, December 9th. As there's an additional system about to move in, coming down from Canada and the Pacific Northwest. It got moist, and now it's getting snowy. Anyway, there's the European forecast for 12 noon on Thursday the 9th. And we may even have a dusting of snow here in Pennsylvania by then. We're located in Lehigh Valley, if you're wondering where we're located. So this is the GFS forecast. This is the 72-hour precipitation and pressure forecast on the GFS model. The last was the European model for snow depth. This is, again, pressure and precipitation for 72 hours on the GFS. You can see that second system going to produce some heavy snow there in northern Idaho and western Montana. Let's take a look at the state of affairs when it comes to snow overall. So here's the multi-sensor snow and ice. Ice shown here in yellow, snow shown in white. Let's take a look at the snow mass balance. Right at the maximum 1 standard deviation line there. So it's just over 1 standard deviation above normal for snow mass, and that's a more important measurement than snow extent. So snow extent is just showing you a two-dimensional satellite view of how much area. In other words, a dusting shows up the same as 3 feet of snow. In snow extent and snow mass balance is more important because it's giving us the equivalency of the weight of the snow mass balance. So it's estimating the mass of the snow. It doesn't include the mountains. And the average here is for 1982 through 2012. This has been, by the way, above 1 standard deviation the last 5 years, average for the last 5 winters consecutively on planet Earth. Let's take a look at weather.gov. Apparently it's so hot that it's cold in a lot of places. Check it out. There's still a blizzard warning on Mauna Loa and Mauna Kea. Flash flood warnings on Oahu as a bunch of precipitation is just moving in there. If your county's lit up on the weather.gov map, just click your county and figure out what your malfunction is forecasted to be. We've got a bunch of, what are those? Lake wind advisories and wind advisories. over large portions of the Great Lakes region there. Shout out to our viewers from the Great Lakes region. We've got quite a few. Who knew we would make so many friends by creating so many videos? Here's your NASA Goes Lightning Mapper. Pretty uneventful. A little bit of lightning in the southern central U.S. Here's our real time. It looks like there is some active lightning here. Yowzers. Some pretty active lightning. That's in Mississippi. Hey, Tupelo, go look outside. You're going to get a light show. And we'll give you some indication of how this is going to be traversing the country here in just a moment. We'll zoom out first. Some errant lightning bolts off the coast of Washington, as well as some in the Mediterranean. Let's continue on. This video, once again, was originally streamed live to Twitch, twitch.tv/smAsho. I think it might be the world's best live streaming platform. I don't know. Let us know in the comments. Let us know what you think. We're also on BitChute, and we're going to be putting more and more exclusive content on there because of the pathetic censorship on YouTube. So we just updated one here. We re-uploaded a video that got demonetized on YouTube from November 12th entitled Mask This, Mandate This, and Lock Down This. Yeah, I spelled it wrong. It was because of autocorrect on my Google Junkware device. Speaking of Google Junkware, most of our content is on YouTube. I mean, for some reason. I don't know why. 4 people have seen it in the past 4 years. Check out the merch link, by the way. You can save 25% with the promo code FINISHLINE. I believe that's store-wide. And that's through tomorrow, December 7th, so get them while they're hot. Perhaps pick up yourself a Fauci Face of Evil or Fauci Fraud bath mat. If you like to put your feet on the face of evil after every shower, check out the bath mat. Or perhaps a Smash Team thing, or what about Mansa? I mean, I'm currently wearing it. Check it out. Mansa. Make America not suck again, since America leads the way largely in so many things. You may think we don't. I don't know why. You'd be completely insane to think that the U.S. doesn't lead the way in practically everything. Sorry to all you anti-U.S. types out there. I am very pro-U.S. even when it becomes a banana republic, as it did in 2016, when all the media went in the tank. If you're thinking of buying a bike, you can search for me just by typing in Curated Dan Nigro Cyclist. You'll find me right away. If you want me to help you shop for a bike, I've been doing this a while. I started bike racing in 1997. There I am in 2001. Yeah, doing a time trial in the rain, descending a 40-mile-per-hour hill. Anyway, check out a bike if you're in the market. If you're a prepper and you don't have a bicycle, then you're not prepped. I mean, it's the most efficient means ever devised to transport humans. Let me repeat that. The bicycle is the most efficient means ever devised to transport humans. If you don't have one, you aren't prepped. The Smash Team would probably tend to agree. SmashoMash.com/SmashTeam. Here's a teaser. We're putting up public posts through the year 2021. Here's one about acetylcholine and disasters, which are usually only for paid subs. There are 2 basic levels there, as well as a yearly paid-up option, which is the best value. Here's the water vapor over the Pacific Ocean. You can see all that moisture around Hawaii. The low is, I think it's moving to the north there, so they're in the atmospheric river. It's sort of the atmospheric headwaters to the atmospheric river that's making its way into Washington, Oregon, and slowly making its way into Northern California there. As you can see, a lot of moisture headed your way in that ongoing atmospheric river. So here's all the precipitation over Hawaii at the moment. You can see it's some heavy rains and some flash flood issues. Remember, if you're in a mountainous area, flash floods become more dangerous. Unless you're on the very top of the mountain, flash floods are pretty dangerous. If you're like halfway down Mauna Loa or Mauna Kea, don't get in a blizzard, first of all. All right, so here's the U.S. Doppler Radar Map, and you can see heavy precipitation in southern Alaska. lots of precipitation over the U.S. in general. Here's what's going on in the cloud layer. And here's the water vapor map. That should give you some indication of what's going on here. This dry mass of air is going to be followed by some cold air, but it's going to have an impulse to help push this stuff out, although there is more moisture following, as you can see. And this is going to stagnate here. So this is effectively a low pressure, and this is effectively a high pressure. And when this collides with this, there's going to be major precipitation there in places like Utah. No need to forecast that. It's too obvious. If you understand the physics, it'll all make sense. There's the U.S. Doppler radar. We'll zoom out to the 50 states view. There's the cloud layer. And there's the water vapor map. When your Doppler radar doesn't do it, break out the water vapor map. It will show you everything you need to know. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. smAsho, signing off.